The secret to changing your life forever. The secret to changing your life forever. That is what we're going to talk about today. But, first, please send me your validation so that I can inhale it into my nostrils and down to the depths of my soul. Send said validation by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Hit the little notification bell so that you can get brand new videos the moment they come out. All other platforms, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Let them know about the valuable content that I am providing on this video. The secret to changing your life is simple. You have to make a decision. The moment you make a real decision is the moment where you're going to change your life forever. Granted, all of the steps required to fully change your life, those are gradual steps. It's going to take time. But all of those steps are going to come after you make a decision to get off of the fence. After you make a decision to quit BSing with your life. After you make a decision about what kind of person you want to be in this world. And if we want to be real honest about it, if we want to be objective, if we want to be, coldly rational about it, there are people who clearly have figured things out and who are taking the correct steps in life. And there are people, the vast majority of people, who clearly have not. Let's just call a spade a spade. J. Cole, one of my favorite rappers, he has this song, and in it he says, one day you gotta decide who you gonna be. A scary nigga or a nigga who's gonna rule like me. Now, excuse my language. Those are the words in the song. J. Cole's words, not mine. But the point that he's trying to get across is that one day you're going to have to decide which side of the fence you're going to be on. Either you are going to be a ruler or you are going to be a part of the masses, the peasant class, so to speak. And if you look at the divide between the people who, not just people, I've talked about this in other videos, the divide isn't just between people who have more financial resources and people who don't. It's between people who have an elite level mindset, an elite level work ethic, who just devour and digest and synthesize information and put it to great use. It's not just because people have more resources that they are lapping you. It's not just because they have more money or status or fame or any of those things. It's because they are running full speed in the direction of self-improvement and growth, and they're doubling and tripling down while you're waiting, thinking about it. While you're thinking about it, people like me, other people in the world, we're doing something about it. While you've been thinking about starting your project, I talk about this YouTube channel. I started 8 months ago, and I'm nearing my 110th video. What were you thinking about doing 8 months ago? What little project or goal were you thinking of starting 8 months back or a year back, right? I started the project. It's nearing 3,000 subscribers on the channel. Over 100 videos down. I talk about that all the time, the rule of 100. If you want to be good at something, you have to be willing to do it 100 times. 100 blog posts, 100 videos, 100 pitches and meetings with clients, 100 podcast episodes, doing something succinct and putting it out there and shipping it 100 times. That's the rule. So you got to put your head down and start doing the work. Decide. If you just decide to start doing the work, all of the sudden, the time will fly by. So that's your number one problem. Your concept of time is all messed up. You think it's going to take way longer than it actually is. But once you make the decision, then it's done. I talked about this when I was 50 pounds overweight. I knew that my weight gain was just a result of me not prioritizing the weight loss. I never saw it as some huge thing like, oh man, it's going to be so terrible. I can't lose weight. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I was like, no, I know how to lose weight. And I knew the minute that I decided I was going to do it, I just started doing it. So, went through a divorce. I was like, all right, got to get back on the market now. Don't want to be looking shabby in front of the ladies, right? So I was like, all right, it's time for me to get back in shape. And from day one, the moment I went to the gym the first time, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get in shape. It's going to take a matter of time. I know the process. I know what the self-improvement arc looks like. The first couple of weeks, it's going to suck. Then I'm going to get a little bit better. Then I'm going to drop a little weight. Then it's going to be more defined. And then next thing you know, 6 months to a year from now, I'll be in amazing shape. Now I'm in amazing shape. I'm wearing size jeans I haven't worn since high school. Excellent. I look amazing. Thank you. I do. Right? And it was just because I made a decision. And that's the way that decision making works. Once you learn how to make a decision and implement it, everything else is a wrap. And you know internally deep down that if something you want isn't happening, it's just because you haven't decided to fully commit to it yet. Like, that's what happens for me. I still have many other projects and initiatives. I'm like, am I ready to start it? And I know I'll be stuck in that hesitation gap until I decide to do it. So I have many things that I'm getting scheduled throughout this year that once I make the decision, like, that's the reason why I'm actually hesitant to set new goals and new initiatives, because I know once I decide to do it, then I can't back out of it. Like, I have developed such a level of discipline towards goals that if I say I'm going to do something, then I have to do it. I can't, like, back out on my word. It's not even a word that I tell to anyone else. I can't back out of my own word to myself. So once day one of the new project starts, then it's it. It's a wrap. And you will develop that ability the more that you make smart decisions, the more that you fully make decisions. And how do you fully make decisions? Just like decide, who do you want to be in this life? You only get so much time here. You look around, and again, I say this with no disrespect, but I wouldn't trade lives with 99.9% of people on this planet, not even close. They're sleepwalking. They're in a haze, a daze, a spell. I leave the house and I look at the expression in people's eyes. And I'm like, holy shit, it's time to get to work, Ayo. This is not the future for you. And, I sound cruel and I sound harsh, but I'm just one of the few people who just will tell it like it is. Like, you see it. You see it happening to you. No matter how much you want to rationalize, no matter how much you want to cope with your situation, you're like, oh, okay, I'm just getting by, the entry level, moving up the ladder. It's okay. My boss is kind of annoying, but it's okay. I don't really get to do what I want, but it's okay. I'm making a little bit of money. My relationship's okay. This isn't the person I really want to be with, but, I'm comfortable. It's okay. The city I live in, it's not that great. Maybe I could move somewhere else for better opportunities, but it's okay. I'm getting a little chubby, but it's okay. Everything in my life isn't really where I want to be, but it's okay. It's not freaking okay. And it's not okay. But you want to bury it down and shove it down and act like it's not happening. And as a society, we want to act like it's not happening collectively. We want to act like everything is sunshine and roses when people are throwing their lives away. I mean, come on. If you compare what you could possibly be doing with your life with what you are doing right now, what other conclusion could you make? There's different talent levels, sure. Like, I'm not talented enough to be the next Elon Musk. Actually, maybe I am. Elon? Ayo's talented. But the point is, whatever talent level you have, the maxed out version of that far exceeds what you're doing right now, and you know that. And you also know that if you were able to cultivate 100% certainty and confidence to follow through, and you knew you wouldn't fail, you'd have wildly different outcomes than the ones you have right now, and you wouldn't be living the life that you're living right now. That's the catch. That's the catch where the content people, I always had that little catch, that little caveat. It's like, if you knew that you 1000% could do whatever the heck you pleased, would you be doing what you're doing right now? Come on, son. There's this guy named Ed Lover who used to have this show on MTV. Come on, son. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Again, I always talk about the fact that, like, maybe my level of ambition is a little high and I project it onto other people, but so what? It's better than the opposite. It's better than your societal overlords telling you that it's okay. Telling you that it's okay to not have control over your time, not have control over your finances, not have control over your body, not have control over your relationships, not have control over your network, your social status, your way you present yourself. Until don't have control over any of it, and you're good. Just have no control over anything, and just float around like a leaf in the wind all day. Like, that's what they tell you is okay. It's not okay, and you know it's not okay. When will you decide to do something about it? I seem so animated because it frustrates me to see this happening to people. Like, granted, I can empathize with this because for a good portion of my life, I was a loser. I was a bum. I was a nobody. I was lazy. So I'm not trying to cast aspersions on anyone or be judgmental, but it frustrates me. I wish I could inject. That's why I put so many videos out. I'm trying to inject whatever it is I can into you. And I know motivational videos are so ineffectual. That's why I want to make 10,000 of them so that it sticks. I know listening to me or Tony Robbins or Gary Vee it's not enough. I know it's not enough. But this is the best that I can do. So I'm trying my best to whatever angle I have to get in there, to get in your ear, get in between both of your ears and into the recesses of your brain. I'm going to try. Because it's tough. Being motivated, well, once you figure out how to get motivated, it's not tough. But bridging that gap is tough. I've been there. And I have new goals that scare me. And when I try to go there, then it starts over from zero. And I feel that same level of trepidation that you might feel about certain goals. And, you got to do it. That's what I keep telling myself. There's new levels I'm trying to ascend to in business, learning different concepts, potentially starting an agency, putting out new programs. And I'm like, am I really cut out for it? Am I really cut out for it? But decision. Got to keep leveling up. I mean, there doesn't seem any better way to live life, in my opinion, than continuing to level up and seeing what's possible. And that doesn't happen until you make a decision. So decide. It might not be today. It might take you 100 more videos before you decide to put your foot down and change your life. But when you put your foot down, you'll know it. That's the thing. That's what I love about the whole process, is that one day, it happened for me. One day I just put my foot down. And I don't know what was particularly different about that day. But one day I was like, no, I'm done living like this. And I put my foot down. And I have not stopped working on my own self-improvement for the past 5 years since then. And everything that happened before then doesn't count. Everything in your past that happens before you put your foot down, it's like it never happened. Me being arrested, me being high and drunk all day, depressed, watching 14 hours worth of TV a day, never leaving the house, being in jail, dropping out of school, messing up every relation. It feels like none of that ever happened. That's the beauty of it. You can wipe your slate clean, but you have to make that decision. So when will you decide? When will you be a ruler instead of someone who is ruled by the societal overlords and influences in society? You decide. Okay, real help. This is a book that is going to help you make that firm decision. Buy the book. Make the decision to buy the book. Put an investment into your own self. Buy the book because it is an investment in your own life. Invest in yourself. Another book here, You 2.0. Scroll down in the description. Look at everything that I have to offer, from books to joining my email list. There's a free gift if you join my email list. There's a link below for that. Check out all my social media handles. I show a lot of behind the scenes footage where you get to see the process of me working. You get to see me putting together videos like this, putting together blog posts, seeing how I work. You get proof that there is a real person who is putting real effort behind the work. So check out the links below. Get onto my socials. Get onto the books. Do whatever you need, to make that decision to start changing your life. I will see you on the next video.